You totally aren't gonna believe what came in the mail. When I got home, this gigantic yellow envelope was stuffed into my mailbox. I don't know if you can see, but the return sender on this is Lugosi. So according to this envelope, I got something from Bela Lugosi. Isn't that odd? Considering he's dead. But of course, that didn't stop me from ripping open the package and finding out what is inside. And what did I find? This Dracula book. For those of you who don't know, I am a huge horror buff. There's just something about being scared shitless that's awesome. So whenever I find horror movie related books, I often pick them up. So I'm super excited to add this to my collection, which I actually have a fair amount of. I really like Dracula. I've liked a lot of the adaptations of Dracula, and I like the book by Bram Stoker. A year ago I went to Ireland and I had the privilege of going to the Irish Writers Museum. The best part was that there was a first edition of Dracula in one of the little cases. I took a picture. You're not supposed to. There were signs everywhere and still I took a picture. So either Bela Lugosi is talking to me beyond the grave, or someone else sent this to me. That's when I donned my Sherlock Holmes sleuthing hat. After some quick penmanship analyzation, I came to the conclusion that this writing is not actually Bela Lugosi's. This writing is my dad's. Not a lot of people have fathers like mine. He's a little out of the norm, he's one of a kind, and he supports me with whatever shenanigans I get up to. So let me tell you a little bit about my dad. A handful of years ago, my parents sold the house I grew up in and they moved away into the mountains. And while I really missed my mom, who lived up in this new house full time, it's about 4 hours away, so I didn't get to see her all the time, I was lucky because I still had my dad. My dad commuted down here, and every week, Wednesday nights, we would get together and we'd have dinner. In the time that we were going for these meals, I lost a job, I broke up with my boyfriend, got a new job that I really didn't like. This job was hell. I hated it. I worked in an office where there were 3 managers and one other person that I worked with, and they didn't like it when my tattoos showed or if I had rips in my jeans, and they often talked to me about my piercings, and they wrote me up once because I forgot to take it out before work. So there was a lot of these instances that led up to this one instance where I was just flabbergasted by them. I needed to mail a letter and they always had these rolls of stamps in the office. Well, I asked if I could have one. I didn't think it would be a big deal, but apparently it was. He told me it would be 51 cents. I was a little bit like, okay, you couldn't spare 1 stamp for me? But that's fine, that's fine. I gave him $1. He gave me 49 cents back. He gave me 4 dimes and 9 pennies. Like he couldn't spare a penny and give me 50 cents. I know this probably doesn't seem so ludicrous to you guys, but I've been telling my dad story after story after story of this place. Now he laughed it up. He thought the story was hilarious. And when I went out to see my dad next, he says he has something for me. So I'm all excited, ready to get my present. And do you want to know what he gave me? A postal emergency kit. Now you might be wondering, what is a postal emergency kit? Well, this kit is a little glass box, and inside it is 51 cents. He thought this would be really funny if I put this up on my workstation and just had it there just in case. Now it's things like this that really sets my dad apart from other dads. There are other things, of course, like when the check engine light on his truck comes on, he just covers it up with black electrician's tape. And how his brakes had gone in his truck for a little while there, so he was using his emergency brake to stop. It was okay because if you planned it correctly, you could coast to a stop at a stop sign. And half the stuff for the weird crap around my house is often followed by, yeah, my dad gave this to me. He's the one that told me what a batwing is. Don't worry, I'm going to let you know what a batwing is in our Urban Dictionary find a little later. But what I really appreciate about him isn't his stories or these unique things that he does for me, but it's his support. And recently, my dad has been popping up all over the place. It started with him subscribing to my vlog, and then he popped up on my Twitter. Sure, he was following Kim Kardashian and Lady Gaga before me, but I'm gonna look past that. And most recently, he sent me a comment through my website. And even if he didn't read anything, I think it's pretty awesome that he took it upon himself to go and check out and see what I'm doing. And so this vlog is really about my dad and what he's been doing lately that has been affecting me. And I really wanted to let him know that I appreciate it. And so I have done that in vlog form. So the weird crap around my house is really something that my dad gave me. This tie. Yes, that's right, boys and girls. This is a monster tie. At the top, we have the mummy, Mrs. Frankenstein, or the Bride of Frankenstein. And then we have the creature from the Black Lagoon, Dracula, the Wolfman, and last but certainly not least, Frankenstein. So that is the weird crap around my house. So I will wrap up my spectacular father vlog by telling you about the Batwing. This is an Urban Dictionary find. You can find it on Urban Dictionary. And my dad told me about this, and so it's slightly disturbing. A Batwing is for guys, and it's when it's really hot and sweaty outside, and your package gets really hot and sweaty, and when you pull your legs apart, your scrotum sticks to your thighs and spreads out like a bat wing. I think I might be a little bit scarred. And that is the end of my vlog. I hope to see you all back here next week for That Girl Tyson.
General quarters, all hands man your battle stations, all hands man your battle stations.
Bela Lugos is dead.